Hey guys, what's going on? Frank Rich here from Reboot Recovery. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about how you can use the challenge of overcoming your addiction to pornography or the struggles and challenges that you're facing with quitting porn and removing it out of your life. How you're going to be able to use this to your advantage to ultimately step into the life that you were created to live, unlock your fullest potential, and become the greatest version of yourself. But before we get into today's videos, guys, let me remind you who we are and what we do here. My name is Frank Rich, CEO, founder, and head coach at Rebuild Recovery, and it is our mission to help men break free from the shackles of porn addiction through the power of faith and fitness. Now, we do that in a handful of different ways. First off, right here on the Rebuild Your Life YouTube channel, we are releasing new videos every single day, Monday through Friday at this point. So if you're new to the channel and haven't done so yet, make sure to tap that subscribe button right down there. And also turn those post notifications on so you are notified every single time a new video is released. And secondly, for you guys that are in the early stages of identifying some of the problems that porn is negatively impacting your life and are curious about what life can look like for you once you've been able to remove this destructive habit of porn and masturbation out of your life, make sure to download our free ebook. It's a 7-step guide to living life without porn, where we walk you through the exact process that we teach our students here on how to identify a lot of the areas in which porn is negatively impacting you or holding you back in life, and then how to take that and build a productive plan to get you out of your addiction to pornography and create the life that you were designed to live, but ultimately how to follow through, execute upon that, and find the accountability and discipline and willpower to make this become a reality. Because removing porn from your life and stepping into the life that you were created to live is what you were put on this planet to do. You were not put on the planet to live in mediocrity. You were not put on the planet to consume porn, to objectify women, and ultimately live a meaningless life. You're put here for a purpose, and that's what we're here to design to help you accomplish. So download the free book, guys. I'm gonna link it down there in that first pinned comment below. But let's get back to the root of today's videos, guys. How to use the challenge, the struggle, the obstacles of overcoming pornography to your greatest advantage and ultimately unlock your true potential. So right now, let's just kind of paint the picture of where you're currently sitting. So you're wrapped up. You've identified that, hey, maybe my problem or maybe my consumption of pornography is actually something that is negative. It is actually holding me back in life. First of all, that's the first thing that you got to acknowledge and you got to realize if you're going to go down this process. You can't just be okay with consuming pornography and think that it's not an issue. You can't be okay with consuming pornography and not think that it's holding you back. You can't be okay with watching pornography and not realize that it's changing your brain. It's rewiring you. It's leaving you lifeless. It's putting you in a position where you are now going to become hooked. You're going to become addicted. And all of us are going to be at little different areas and stages in that journey. But the first thing you must do if you're going to use this challenge in your advantage is you must identify that what you're currently doing is wrong. It doesn't have to be from a moral standpoint. Yes, we address that from a faith component. It's a huge part of my journey. It's a huge part of the work that we do here. Understanding that in God's eye, understanding that in God's word, it is wrong. It is incorrect. But I'm not here to convict you on that level because we try to integrate the science. We try to integrate a holistic approach, not just slam you with guilt and shame from what you're doing is a sin. So let's first address that. And we got to realize that yes, this is a problem. We need to change it because it's holding us back. Maybe it's holding us back in our relationships. Maybe it's holding us back in our job. Maybe it's holding us back in our ability to change our physique. Each one of us are going to have to identify the biggest areas in which it's negatively impacting us. And then we need to start. Then we need to begin the process of rebooting. And this is where it's going to get challenging because remember, your brain has been wired for the consumption of pornography. You have literally built neural connections. You built pathways in your brain that seek that as the only option for what it's truly gonna need. So you're gonna have to go through literally rechanging, rewiring or unwiring, and then rewiring yourself back to default. Unwiring and then rewiring yourself back into the way that you were created. So if you understand that there is a neurological process taking place, this is going to give you the insight that, hey, this is probably going to be something that's going to be a little bit difficult. So I think understanding at the beginning that, hey, I got to identify that it is a problem and it's going to be a process for me to do it. And the process will come over time. It is a very simple process. I mean, we give you 7 steps in our book. So there's 7 steps right there for you. So it's simple. But to say that it's going to be easy would be false because, like we said, you've been changed. You've been programmed to seek this one path of outlet for release. So we have to change that. And in the course of changing that, we're going to have to say no sometimes when those triggers and temptations come up because we've been defaulted to go one way. So when the urge and temptation comes up, which our normal path would be to pull up the site, watch porn, masturbate, and all that comes after that. So that's been our normal default mode. Now the challenge comes in us having to select a different path to go into. So what can we do to use this challenge to our greatest advantage? Because that's what the video is ultimately going to be about. Well, coming from a background in health and fitness and helping people transform their physiques for the last 15 years, and also somebody that's competed, at the highest level of bodybuilding on a national stage here in the US, understanding that change comes with challenge, understanding that change comes with sacrifice. Every single one of us, or the majority of us, have at some point lost weight, I'm gonna assume. Maybe you haven't lost weight, maybe you've had to diet to put weight on, but we've all gone through some form of physical transformation. If not, then I'll come up with another analogy for you guys that haven't. But understanding when you started that journey of losing weight, when you started that journey of launching a business, when you started that journey of getting your degree, when you started that journey of overcoming whatever obstacle and challenge you were trying to face, you had a goal, you had a dream, you had a plan on where you were trying to get to. And it was that plan, it was that goal that kept you focused, and it kept you driven, and it kept you motivated on the path of your goal. So when it comes to removing porn out of our life, when it comes to overcoming our addiction to pornography, if we begin this process with an understanding that yes, this will be challenging, this will come with time, it will come with sacrifice, it will come with me having to say no to temptations and triggers and old feelings and old patterns of belief. But if I can keep my eye focused on the long-term goal, if I can keep my eyes centered on where I'm trying to go, if I have a clear vision on the man that I'm trying to become, if I have a clear vision on the life that I'm trying to create, if I have a clear vision on everything that I'm going to do once I've been able to remove pornography from my life, then when things get hard, we can look at the plan, we can look at the goal, we can look at the dream of what we're trying to create and use this as a way to inspire us. But we have to come into this with the mindset of understanding that no change takes place without challenge. No change in our life takes place without sacrifice. So we can use that in our overcoming of pornography. We can use that in our process of rebooting our life from pornography to ultimately unlock all of our truest potential, ultimately unlock everything that we were put on this earth to accomplish. Because I think that is the key ingredient here. It's understanding that what we're participating in right now, our actions, behaviors, thoughts, and patterns of the way that we act out, is holding us back in one area or another. And for most of us, it's going to be multiple areas. So once we get clear on the negative side of things and paint a very clear vision on the path that we're trying to move into, then the challenges and obstacles, they just become a part of the process. And unlocking your true potential in the journey, you're gonna find that you're really capable of doing so much more than you ever thought you were capable of. So that's it, guys. Real short video here today, real, from a high level perspective, really hoping that you can get on a clear mindset and understand that right now, wherever you're at in your journey, if you're just in the early days, if you're in the beginning weeks, if you're months into this, if you're years into this and you come back to this channel for more inspiration and more motivation to keep going, then we hope that these videos are helpful to you. So like I said at the beginning, guys, if you're looking for some help in really removing this out of your life, the best place to start is by downloading the free book, The 7-Step Guide to Living Life Without Porn. Like I said, it's linked down there in the first pinned comment below. But make sure if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications on. So Frank Chris from Reboot Recovery. I'll see you guys on the other side.